How's your meditation practice? Are you a crisis meditator? Have you sort of dropped on and off the meditation bandwagon because of the rules or the time constraints or just not seeing the results? Or perhaps you've even been questioning, am I doing this right? My name is davidji. I've been a meditation teacher for the last 17 years. I've taught hundreds of thousands of people around the world to connect to the stillness and silence that rests within. I've certified more than 1,500 meditation teachers, and I'm the author of Secrets of Meditation, winner of the Nautilus Book Award, De-Stressifying, which was a #1 bestseller on Amazon, and the critically acclaimed Sacred Powers. I've also created more than 1,000 guided meditations that I've downloaded and streamed more than 4 million times. And on top of that, there are people throughout the world that I've connected with, members of the military, members of law enforcement, people in the stressed out, high-pressured corporate world who use all the techniques that I've shared to connect with stillness and silence and take their lives to the next level. Now, I don't know where you are in your practice, and I'm not sure who taught you, but in this video, I'm going to blow up some of the rules of meditation so you can actually have fun with it again, enjoy it again, and use it to raise your vibration, create a sense of mindful performance in all the things that you do in life, and to truly become consistent in your practice. I've created a few videos here, and I hope you'll be joining me as we dive through each of the videos. I'll be sharing techniques and tools and tips to introduce pattern interrupts into your life, to prevent you from not being your best version and to flow you into your best version, to help you make clear, conscious, higher vibrational choices, and to truly open your heart. Allow your relationships to thrive. First of all, and most important, the relationship you have with yourself. So in this video, what I'd like to do is pretty much blow up some of the rules of meditation. I've been taught by a lot of different teachers over the years, and I've really found that more people have stopped meditating because of the rules than have been held in there. Some people like that structure, but often accompanying that structure is rigidity and dogma. And I want to encourage you right now, let's blow some of that up. Let's let that fall away. Let's not be prevented from meditating by the rules. So I'm going to share with you a couple of techniques that I've used to help people who've often been scolded from meditation by someone who is trying to help them but clearly didn't because that person never meditated ever again. So let me share with you. I've been meditating every single morning and every single afternoon for the last 17 years. And yes, once in a while I've missed that afternoon meditation. And rather than scold myself or beat myself up, I've made the commitment, I'm definitely never going to miss 2 in a row. And that's really kept me on a very, very even keel. I also practice a whole host of pattern interrupts throughout the course of the day, perhaps at every 2 hours, that really help break me free from being locked into some patterns of behavior that don't necessarily serve me. And I'll be sharing those over the next couple of days with you. But what I want to share with you right now is this technique known as infinity breath. Well, it's known as it because I named it that. But essentially it starts like this. And we can start with our eyes open. This will allow you to suddenly connect to the stillness and silence. Break you out of whatever thoughts are pouring into your head. Break you out of fear. Break you out of desperation. And fully bring you into the present moment. So join me on this one. We'll start just by using a technique known as quiet, continuous breathing. Essentially, we just breathe in through our nose and allow that inhale to connect to the exhale. And then allow that exhale to connect back to the inhale. Quiet and continuous. Seamless and silent. If you're making any noise out of your nostrils, you're going too fast. See how slow you can go. See how seamless you can be. Moving from the in to the out, to the in, to the out. And now allow your eyelids to gently float closed. And as you continue to watch your breath, notice that your mind is calming. Notice that your body's relaxing. Notice that everything's just slowing down a bit. And now paint a ribbon of breath in the shape of an infinity sign. There's no right speed, whatever feels good to you. Just follow your breath through the infinity sign. At a certain point, you may drift away to thoughts or sounds or physical sensations, and that's okay. When you realize you've drifted away, ever so gently drift back to painting a ribbon of breath in the shape of an infinity sign. Be surrendered, be gentle, just flow, just float. And now stay in this space. And take a long, slow, deep breath in with me. And as we exhale, let's open our eyes. So that's a pattern interrupt, a time in, a break in the action. And so you can do that for as long as you like. You can do that while you're laying in bed if you, for some reason, can't fall asleep. You can do that if you're stuck in traffic. Stop your car. Don't do this while you drive. And just allow yourself to connect. The beauty is we will always drift away from the object of our attention. And I'll share with you how to really get clear and comfortable using different objects of attention over the next few videos. But using infinity breath can be a powerful tool, whether your eyes are open or whether your eyes are closed. And starting it always with quiet, continuous breathing gives you two techniques in any moment to own your meditation practice, which can be as short as 16 seconds and as long as you'd like. So here's another technique. One of the most important things that people need to realize about meditation, it can be such a powerful tool to help start our day, help set the trajectory of our day, essentially determining how everything in our life will unfold. So if we can plant the seed of stillness and silence, and science is confirming this, that whatever we experience in the first 30 minutes upon opening our eyes seems to be the trajectory of our day. If you experience violence or disappointment or heartbreak or anxiety, then that's going to be pretty much the path that your day will follow. Science has proved if you're asked 12 hours later, so how was your day? Even if you fell in love, got a new job, and got a new car, you're 40% more likely to say, it was a crappy day, even if all those things happened. However, if you experience positive imagery, such as time in nature, connection to family, time in stillness and silence, watching puppy videos instead of the news, that 12 hours later, at the end of that day, even if you got fired, crashed your car, and broke up, you're still 20% more likely to say, it was a pretty good day. All from the seed that we plant from the moment we wake up. Now, I've taught tens of thousands of people around the world to RPM, rise, P, meditate. Pretty much this is my ritual for how to lock that practice in. But I've received so much resistance from people who were snoozers. And so I've got really great news for you snoozers. You're not losers, you're winners. In fact, snoozers are the ones who can really take such powerful appreciation of this technique. Now, science has now confirmed that if you wake up and the sun has already risen, that according to chronobiology, which is the time that hormones and chemicals are released in our body, that serotonin and melatonin have stopped. They are no longer flowing into your physiology. Those surges are shut off. Cortisol replaces them and starts coming into you. So when you hit your snooze button, it's actually fake sleep, because even when you tap that button and close your eyes, you're still not taking in any serotonin or melatonin, which is the thing we crave when we're trying to get those extra 10 minutes of sleep. However, science has also now proved that 30 minutes of meditation is more restorative than 30 minutes of sleep. So if we want to use those 10 minutes instead of fake sleep, if we want to use them as ways to meditate, to connect to stillness and silence and lock in our practice, here's how to do it. So your alarm goes off, you tap the button, tap your snooze button. Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. You're a winner, not a loser. Snoozers are not losers. You tap that snooze button, keep your eyes closed, pull the blankie up, slide your tush to the headboard, and then begin using infinity breath. Just use infinity breath. You can start with quiet, continuous breathing, just watching that breath flow in, watching the inhale flow into the exhale, flow into the inhale, and at a certain point, just allow that to morph into you painting a ribbon of breath in the shape of an infinity sign. Do that for 10 minutes. Connect to the stillness and silence that rests within. And 10 minutes later, your meditation timer goes off, letting you know that you've got 10 minutes of stillness and silence locked into you, which will now flow with every word, with every action, with every situation that unfolds. You'll be a little calmer, a little more patient, and you'll be 20% more likely at the end of the day to say, yeah, it was a pretty good day. So use these techniques. Let's break the rules of meditation. Don't get locked into that. If someone said, no, that meditation doesn't count because it was too close to your bedtime, or no, you weren't sitting with proper hand mudras, or your legs weren't in utpludi or full lotus, or you didn't have the appropriate deity next to you, or you weren't on the right cushion, or you didn't have a rigid spine. It's like, these are all advanced techniques. We just want to show up every single day for 6 months. Then you're ready for the advanced techniques. But we're not going to show up if we see meditation as a chore. We're only going to show up if we see it fun, life-affirming, and nourishing. And you'll start to live and see and feel the results. We know that some of the most successful people on the planet actually start their day in stillness and silence. And it's not because they're adhering to some dogma or some rules. These are the most creative people in our world. It's because they figured out a meditation technique or practice that resonates with them. So I want to offer you so many different opportunities over these next few videos to find techniques that resonate with you so you can thrive and grow and join the ranks of those most successful people on the planet. So join me in my next video where we'll go deep into using meditation as a tool to receive more love in your life. And we'll keep breaking the rules together. We'll turn from crisis meditator to rockstar meditator. I'd love to hear from you. How's this stuff working with you? Is meditation working with you? Or is infinity breath working with you? What seems to be resonating? So comment below. Let's really elevate this community. Let's raise the vibration. Let's start our dialogue, and together we will transform the world as we transform ourselves. I'm davidji, and I'll see you in a few days. Keep meditating.